Hello folks, Simon here, good to be back with you today. I've been flying my new DJI Air 2S for about a day now. Haven't got a lot of fun with it, but also I have come across a couple of issues, a couple of niggles that do have me somewhat concerned. Now, I don't think I'm the only one that's facing these problems, because I've been reading about it online and also watching other videos. But if you are also experiencing any of these issues, then please do let me know in the comments section. Hopefully, you know, if enough of us talk about it and raise these issues, then DJI will be able to work on getting them fixed sooner rather than later. Right, so I'll start with the first issue, since in all honesty, it may not actually be an issue, but it is a little bit worrying for me. Now, effectively, this is about the operating temperature of the drone itself. The Air 2S, especially in comparison to my Mini 2, which I'll get out in just a moment, the Air 2S seemingly gets exceedingly warm to the touch. Now, even if we just go ahead and get the drone started here, but don't actually put it into flight, if I just get the aircraft connected, I can hear that the fan has kicked off straight away. Yeah, and this is something that does not happen on the Mini 2. Now, when I say it has kicked off, it sounds like it's in full blast. It is really powering it. And this isn't obviously flying right now. The props aren't spinning. It is just in what I would consider to be standby mode. It's turned on but not doing anything. But the fan is very noisy. I don't know exactly how that's coming through, but even before, you know, as I say, I've actually done any flying, I can already feel the bottom of the drone getting very, very warm indeed. Now, in a sense, I suppose that's kind of normal, because there's a lot of heat expulsion from the bottom, and while the drone is stable on, or rather on stable ground, there's not a whole lot of space for that heat to dissipate, whereas in the air, of course, it's free to do so. But even so, having lifted it up now, I can still feel that hot air coming out from underneath the drone here. It is coming out actually very, very warm, and the sides of the drone are also heating up quite a lot. So yeah, that is just one concern. Let's just get the Mini 2 in its place here. Right, so I've just turned the Mini 2 on here, and this is exactly what I did with the Air 2S, but unlike the Air 2S, there's absolutely no sound, there's no fan, there's nothing. There's just no indication at all that this drone is even getting warm right now. And, you know, I understand I may be comparing apples to oranges here. There's a lot more tech inside the Air 2S than there is in the Mini 2. So, in one hand, you know, on one hand, we do have to expect that this is going to get quite a bit hotter. As long as it's made and manufactured to handle that extra heat, then there is no problem. But because others online I have been reading have also been expressing concern about the temperature of the Air 2S, including those that have been flying the original Air 2, which is a very similar drone, it is something that is concerning to me, and I would like, or would hope, that there's nothing serious with my particular drone or with these drones in general, and that if there is an issue with the operating temperature, that can be addressed with a firmware update. I don't know how it could be, but let's just hope that it can be. Now, I will just put the camera, so not the camera, the microphone next to the Mini 2 while it is turned on, just so you can compare, but as I say, it is silent. I mean, the fan just simply isn't spinning because it hasn't got hot enough. So that's the first issue. This does seem to get very warm to the touch, and that fan does go in overdrive mode very quickly. And I'm hoping that is not an issue. It could just be my concern, but there it is anyway. Right, let's move on. Now, the second problem, and this is definitely a problem, this one isn't just me. I noticed it actually right after my first flight. And you can even check out the video I did of my first flight. You can see it there. I didn't mention it, but it is there in the video. And that is this. The Air 2S doesn't seem to detect measurements properly. Okay, a lot of the time when you're coming in for a landing, it will put you at a much lower height, even in the minuses, than you actually are. Now, I'm hoping this is a software issue, but it is definitely an issue. I've just seen a video by Gavin HR, great YouTuber, by the way, who does drone content. I'd encourage you to check him out if you haven't become familiar with him already. But others as well have said that this is an issue they've been having with the Air 2S. Now, this may not seem like a major thing, a major problem, but potentially it could be a bit of a nuisance, especially if this is going to be a long-term thing that DJI are going to struggle to fix. Right, so I'm going to take the drone up now for a brief flight. I'm not going to do anything major by any stretch of the imagination. So this isn't going to be an exciting flight. Oh, uh-oh. Go away, bird. Go away. There was like a bird of prey just above it. I do not like that. Yeah, I think I want to fly away from that thing. I've seen some pretty nasty horror videos on YouTube with those birds of prey. It was circling just a few meters. It came over the top, circling just a few meters above it. All right, let's go this way, shall we? It has actually flown off a little bit now. Hopefully we're safe. I'm going to keep an eye on that though. I do not want any drone attacks for my new DJI Air 2S, if I'm honest with you. I think that's going to be a bigger problem as we get more into the summer, isn't it, birds? Normally they leave the drone alone, don't they? But sometimes those birds of prey can just try their luck. Right, I've gone to quite a high height, hoping that that will maybe just help push along the issue. I'm not going to go any more than 440 metres. I do like these LEDs that are included with the Air 2S. Let's just have a brief fly around here. And maybe we'll start coming back now. Like I say, only a quick flight, nothing major. Just so that we can hopefully try and replicate this issue. Where's that bird? Oh, there's a couple of them now. Okay, I'm going to start coming back, I think. Okay, right, well this feels to be like the perfect example. Minus 4.9 metres. Yeah, we're definitely not minus 4.9 metres. Let me just turn the drone around, bring it back into orientation with the table. Okay, I'd say that's pretty much level with the table now. And yet apparently we're minus 6.6 metres from our takeoff position. 6.6 in the minus, 6.7. Yeah, that's about what, 18, nearly 20 feet out? That's not an inconsequential amount. That is a substantial difference there. I'm talking, what, a 3-minute flight, maybe a 4-minute flight, if that. And look at that, minus 6.7 metres. So, yeah, let's get this thing landed and we'll talk about that, because this seems to be happening now for every flight with the DJI Air 2S. All right, I'm just going to get the drone back down, if we can. This isn't an issue per se, but it's something perhaps I'm just not used to. The obstacle avoidance seems to get in the way of trying to land the drone. It just does not respond to my commands. I'm trying to go up a little bit or push forward, and the controller's just buzzing at me saying, no, we're not doing that. So I do need to get used to that feature. Even, you know, having the obstacle avoidance off on the left-hand side here, which I have, it still seems to be active. I think I have to go right into the settings to completely disable it. I just want to get a little bit more forward, so I'm right over the pad, and I can't do it. Look, I'll drop the gimbal a touch. I want to get right over that pad, and it's not letting me do it. I need to move out of the way. I'm glad that those sensors work, but by golly, do I need to figure out how to get used to that. Okay, let's try and bring it down now. There we go. And still a little bit warm as well. So yeah, I'm hoping that's just how it's supposed to be, rather than there actually being an issue with the temperature. I guess we'll find out depending on whether DJI address that or not. But the whole height thing, that is definitely an issue. And as I say, minus 7 metres was not a small amount either. Now, as I say, I'm hoping this is something that can be fixed either with a firmware update or an app update, or both perhaps. And I'm sure a lot of people are assuming that that is going to be the case. But let's be honest, a lot of people were assuming that the gimbal issue with the Mini 2, when you put it into sports mode, was going to be fixed with a firmware or app update. And of course, DJI have now pretty much come out and said that's never going to happen. That is a limitation of the hardware. So I try not to take things for granted when there are issues like this, that they can be fixed. Now, I'm hoping it can be, but as I say, there's just nothing concrete to say that it will be right now. Now, I do try and be as honest as I can be with you guys. I'm not trying to make this video to moan or to put you off buying the Air 2S. From what I've seen so far, it is a fantastic drone, and I'm still very excited to test out a lot of the features that I've not experienced before coming from a Mini 2. But like I say, I do like to be honest with you, and that means talking about perhaps some of the issues and negatives as well. I bought this with my own money. DJI did not send it to me, and hopefully, you know, you can trust what it is that I'm saying to you. That said, if you have also been experiencing problems with the DJI Air 2S, perhaps the same problems that I've been sharing today with the operating temperature seeming to be a little bit hotter than expected, and also especially the telemetry being definitely inaccurate, then please do share down in the comments below. Hopefully, you know, if enough of us bring awareness to these issues, then DJI will be hot on getting them fixed. Anyway, folks, I appreciate you stopping by, sharing your time with me today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Beautiful out here in the UK right now, so I might just have to stay out for a little bit longer. But until next time, guys, happy flying.